Alrighty, traders, good evening and welcome to the New Zealand rate decision. I'm the FX Big Dog and we're going to be taking a look at the market setups and see exactly what's setting up tonight. We've got about 15 minutes before the news comes out. Now, I just want to make sure that I clear up the any sort of confusion. What we're not going to do today is we're not going to go ahead and jump in on trades based on the news. Alright, that's not how I trade. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see exactly what the market's doing based on the news, how it's set up technically, and do the two line up. Very important, I want to have the two lining up. And if it does line up, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an automated trading system and I'm going to go ahead and deploy this trading system at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to let my trading system go ahead and trade based on a directional bias that I determine based on the news and based on technical. So we're going to connect the two, combine the two, and make a decision. Hey traders, hopefully you guys are doing well this evening and ready to rock and roll. I wanted to lay down the foundation before we get started so that we don't get confused on exactly what the approach is and what we're going to be doing this evening. So the news is going to come out around about 15 minutes, maybe less than that now, less than 15 minutes right now. But I want to go ahead and take a look at some details right here. And I'm going to go ahead and jump in to, let's go take a look at the calendar. And as you can see the calendar right here, we do have the official cash rate expecting to keep the rates unchanged at 0.25. Now, we do have the policy statement that comes out and the rate statement, but an hour after the rate decision has been, announced, we are going to have the press conference, which could move the market in a direction as well. But I think based on the actual rate decision and how the market reacts, it's going to give us a fair idea exactly what the market's going to do. Now, we're going to go ahead and take that information. We're going to look at the technicals because very, very important. You have to know that I'm a technical trader. I've been a technical trader for 25 plus years, and I will always be a technical trader. Fundamentals, although I have always paid attention to the fundamentals, I've never used fundamentals as a key. Well, I guess I'm lying right now because I did trade fundamentals back in the day in around about 2001 all the way to 2004 when it was still good to trade fundamentals, when you could actually react on fundamental news and still get your price that you want and not get slippage the way we get slippage today. Also, there wasn't the widening of spreads like we have today. So there's a lot of things that happened today that didn't happen back in 2001, 2002, all the way up until 2004. But I don't trade fundamentals today, all right? At least I do not react on fundamentals, but I do use the news to be able to combine it with technical analysis to be able to make a decision as to what my directional bias may be. So when we look at a very key level of support or resistance, it's important for us to be able to know whether that news will be able to push price through those levels based on how effective the news is. And if we don't see a big break above or below that support level, then clearly the news was not, not effective enough in order to be able to move the market through those levels. All right. So with that being said, let's go back and take a look and see what's going on right here. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the technicals. And I want to go ahead and also, once again, make sure that everyone's clear. This is a very casual type of session, all right? You can see I don't have a tie on. I'm very casual about it. I got my beer. I'm just kidding. It's a cup of tea. Not even coffee. It's a cup of tea. All right, I'm getting English on you right now. All right, I got a nice cup of tea, relaxing, just going to go watch the market, see what's happening. Just a regular day for a trader, right? Nothing more, nothing fancy, just a regular day. And we've got a couple of traders in the house already. We got Patricia in the house saying good evening. Good evening, Patricia. We got Eric in the house. We got Yaku. We got, it's 3:45. Yaku's time is 3:45. Wow, that is a dedicated trader. Early morning trading for him. And we got Doug in the house, Jamie, William, Jordan. How you doing? CJ's in the house. We got Josh. Josh says ready to rock and roll. It says afternoon in California right now. And yes, it would be around about just before 7 o'clock in California. So welcome everyone. Hopefully we're going to have a good time in the market right now. And again, very casual, and we don't have to be too intense right now because we're not going to react to the news. So whatever the news does, all right, whether it spikes up, spikes down, and it just does a whippy-lashy type of movement, it's not going to affect our decision, right? What we really want to do is we want to see if price does confirm that the support and resistance that we're at does hold. So before we get to the news, let's take a look at a couple of fundamentals. Couple of technical currency pairs, right? We're going to take a look at the currency pairs, do some technical analysis around that, and just get a quick overview of exactly where we are and how we stand with these pairs. So let's go ahead and take a look right here, and I'm going to jump in. And by the way, yes, I am going to include a bit of divergence, all right? So we are going to go ahead and include some sort of divergence in this as well. We've got a trader right here, says Forex Market trader from Vancouver. Fantastic. Bob's in the house. Good day, Bob. We've got a lot of traders ready to rock and roll right here. Philip's in the house right here as well. All right, was my tea dropping? All right, Philip says, careful, your tea's dripping out of the cup. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and take a look right here. Again, we're going to go ahead and jump into a couple of pairs. This is the Aussie New Zealand dollar right here that you see on the chart. And on the Aussie New Zealand dollar, you can see that we have a fairly good setup right here with price at resistance. We had a nice little downside move. Let me go ahead and pull up the indicator right here. See, we had a nice little downside move right here. Price came back to retest it. So we're actually looking for Aussie New Zealand dollar to head south. Now we also have a divergence right here. Take a look over here as price and momentum moves down. So there definitely is confirmation that price is looking to move down on Aussie New Zealand dollar. Now what does that mean? That means that we could possibly see a stronger New Zealand dollar out with the news. I know it is a rate decision that's going to be unchanged at 0.25%. But you know, back in the day, before all of this craziness out in the market with the pandemic that's happening right now, anytime we have anytime we have a rate decision staying unchanged, it's normally a good and positive reaction to the market, right? We normally see a positive move to that currency pair. And I believe that with everything right now where we're at right now, we're starting to see that same sort of trend kicking in back again. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see what happens with the news. If we start selling off, all right, then what I want to look at right here is what is the daily trading range on this. This one is about 67 pips. So look, the Aussie New Zealand dollar, there's not a lot of profit in this. We're looking at 67 pips for the daily trading range. Now the weekly average true range is around about 129 pips. So this is not one of my favorite currency pairs to trade if I'm looking for intraday moves. Now, if you want to trade this on a midterm or long-term position, no problem. All right, go ahead, make my day, like Clint Eastwood would say, right? But we're not trading on intraday trading, right? Or at least, sorry, we're not trading on long-term trading. Man, what is in this tea? All right, I don't know. It's certainly not just sugar. All right, so this is the deal. If we're not trading on a long-term or mid-term position on Aussie New Zealand dollar, then let's stay away from this pair and let's try and look for something else that's a little bit more larger ranges, right? So let's go to some cross majors. All right, and I'm going to go to let's go to pound New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look at pound New Zealand dollar right here. And now we got Eric chasing off to some daily targets to the south side. I get that. And trust me, listen here, with regards to target rating, let me show you what I've got right here. I know what Eric's looking for. Eric's chasing after this right here. There it is right here. Let me pull this one up here. We've got one of these accounts here. Oh, there's the one. There's the target right here on the Aussie New Zealand dollar. So listen here, I'm with you, Eric. All right, I'm with you, but the love is there. All right, I definitely see Aussie New Zealand dollar working its way back down south because I'm currently in multiple positions chasing after a target down here. So I'm all with you on that one. All right. Now, but this is not what we're trading today. Today I want to look for a little bit of a higher return in a quick trading opportunity this through the European session, and it's all going to be based on how the market moves with the data coming out. So let's take a look at the pound New Zealand dollar. Now, what I like about pound New Zealand dollar is that we are at a very key resistance level right here, okay? And the market's trading below that. So as we trade below 2.0464 or 463, we're looking for price to at least trade back down to this trend line and then back down to this support down here. That's a long ways down. I love this pair. I like the way it's setting up. All right, so this becomes one of my favorite opportunities. Let me take a look right here. We're looking at about 1,300 pips, a little bit more than that perhaps, but 1,300 pips to the downside, and then another target of about 2,000 pips to the downside. Great opportunity. Put that on your list of opportunities. Pound New Zealand dollar. You got to check that out. We're going to take a look at that in a moment. Now, what I will do here is I will go to my 4-hour time frame and maybe even to the 1-hour time frame to see what the short-term opportunity is going to be, right? Intraday. Remember, that's what we're looking for, intraday. So I want to look at the short-term opportunity. And I did say to a bunch of traders in my trading room today, I did say to them, hey, listen here, guys, if we find support here, we may have a short-term buy to the upside, all right? Short-term buy to the upside. But right here would be another great opportunity to start selling this pair to the downside, because we're chasing after this target right here at a psychological level at 2.0. There it is there, right? I said it, right? It's 2.0, okay? All right, so we're looking for price to move down there. So with price messing around with this level right here, we do not have a lot left before the market hits that support. So check it out. We've got about, and I have to go ahead and pull this up. We've got about, let's see here, where's that measuring tool? We've got around about 180 pips to the downside. That's what we got on this. All right. Now, I'm going to go to my 1-minute time frame right here. And I get it. 180 pips, it's still profit, right? So what I'll do is I will definitely look at using, and let me change this. This is a 1 hour. Let me change this to 1 minute. I like this. I like the fact that we are trading above the bands. All right. I love the fact that we're trading above the bands, because if we do go up and if we start turning around to the downside, we're going to get it up at a very, very high price. That's what we want. So I like the pound New Zealand dollar. All right, definitely like the pound New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look and see what else we've got going here. Let's go to New Zealand CAD. All right, and New Zealand CAD, I need to go to the large time frame. Listen here. I'm expecting New Zealand CAD to blow out the top side right here. I want it to go ahead and break above. And if it does break above, that means strong New Zealand dollar. And the reason why I'm looking to buy long on New Zealand CAD is because I'm looking for price to go all the way up here to the top to around about 96 and change. So if I go to this right here, that gives me about 1,000 pips to the upside. Once again, once the data, and by the way, we've got about 1 minute left before the data comes out. In 1 minute, we're going to get to know what's going on with the news. Again, don't have to get into panic stage. Just grab your cup of tea, relax, chill back, and wait and see what happens. We'll take the data, we'll see what happens, and then after the data is reported, we'll see how the market reacts to it, and then we'll go ahead and make decisions on how we're going to trade it. All right? So let's take a look and see right here. We've got about less than a minute left before the data comes out. And what I'm going to go ahead and do here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up, let's see here. There it is. It is out. All right, data's out. Let's see what the number is. It should be unchanged at 0.25%. And it is, let's see here, a little delay. And still a little delay. Come on. Don't keep us under the suspense right now. Let's go. and you've probably seen the data already. And again, I don't care if the data is already out and it's reporting what it is. I'm going to wait for it to go ahead and report on this. In the meantime, I'm watching to see what's happening to the market. Let's go down to the lower time frame. All right, good. Nice. Just like we expected. Positive New Zealand move, right? Oh, snap. It's pulling back. All right, well, hold on. We're not trading this live, all right? And at least not now. All right, we're going to trade this live, but we want to see some bullish rally. We want to see some rally hold. All right, there we go. Everyone says it's unchanged. Fantastic. So, yes, unchanged at 0.25%. That means I'm expecting bullish New Zealand dollar. I'm expecting strong New Zealand dollar, but we got to wait for the confirmations, right? So let's go ahead and see. Now, we had a big rally to the upside, a big dip to the downside right here. This is on the 1 minute time frame. That scares a lot of people. All right, let's go ahead and change this to a, there we go. We're down to a 1 hour time frame. So we had a little rally, little dip, market's pushing back a little lower, but let's wait and see. All right. We want the noise to go in, because what's happening right now, just so that you know, if you actually go to your trading platform, and I'm going to pull up one of my trading platforms right here, and let's take a look right here. We're probably going to see a lot of spread widening on the New Zealand crosses. Let's take a look right here. Check that out. Pound, New Zealand dollar, it was at 12, there we go, 20 pips. Are you kidding me? All right, 20 pips. That's what the problem is with these brokers. These brokers, man, I'll tell you something. 20 pip spread on the pound New Zealand dollar. Yes, I know it is a major cross, and it does happen. It is what it is. Let's take a look right here. New Zealand US dollar, that's about 4 pips. I'm expecting, I normally trade with a 1 pip spread, maybe a 1.2 pip spread. Now it's at 1.3, 2.3. It's gone a little wider. It started to tighten up a little bit right here. New Zealand JPY is at about 3 pip spread. Let's take a look right here. New Zealand, Aussie New Zealand at 6 pip spread right now. All right, we tightened up. We're at a 10 pip spread on pound New Zealand dollar, but that's what's going to happen. New Zealand CAD, we're at about a 4, close to 5 pip spread on that. Okay, so the spreads are going to widen, and then that's the reason why I don't trade. All right, not only are your spreads going to widen, but you're going to have slippage. When you try getting in on these moves, you are going to have slippage. All right. Now, what moved 160 pips? Someone's saying it's moved 160 pips. What moved 160 pips? I'm not seeing a 160 pip move. Hold on. Let's take a look right here. All right. This moved currently right now. Got 73 pip move right here. Okay, that's a 73 pip move. Let's go to pound and New Zealand dollar right here. Maybe that's what moved about that much. It's possible. It's possible. All right. Oh, it snapped. It did move. Woo! Look at this. That's 180 pip move on the pound New Zealand dollar. Big move on the pound New Zealand dollar. Listen here. If this market's going to move and it's going to change trend, all right, if the trend is going to change, then we're going to get on top of that. But we're going to wait and see what happens. The 15-minute time frame has not even confirmed a change in trend. All right, I'm not afraid of what's happening right now. Don't be afraid of what's happening right now. See this as an opportunity as things settle down. So if we look at everything right now, there is absolutely, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up the last hour. We're seeing huge bearishness in the New Zealand dollar. Check this out. There is my gauge right here showing me huge weakness out in New Zealand. So it's a no-brainer right now. We're seeing weakness out in New Zealand. That is an hourly update. All right. And that's what we're seeing. So New Zealand is weakening based on this. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little surprised. I am a little surprised. Now, it may be, let's take a look here and see. It may be due to something coming out in the statement, because it wasn't that reaction at first. So it could be the statement that is creating that move. But let's wait and see what happens. All right. Now remember, traders, what you have to do and have to realize is that a lot of the time when we see these type of moves, we have to really be patient enough to wait until we get proper confirmation. And what is proper confirmation? Proper confirmation may be waiting for the hourly or the 4-hour or even the daily candle to close to confirm whether the market's at a support or resistance level or trading through that support and resistance level. All right. So let's go back to the larger time frame. All right. Let's go back to the large time frame. And let's take a look at this right here. If you're looking at a daily time frame, all you're seeing right now is that there's a possibility of a rally to the upside. And this is what we spoke about here in our session today. We said that there's a possible rally to the upside. And so what we're looking for is we're looking for some scalping back up here to the top. Now, I believe we used a 1 minute time frame. But the problem is, I think we needed the 4 hour to close bullish. And so if I look at this right here on the 4 hour, sorry, I got to pull a 4 hour right here. This 4 hour is traded way above that level already. Look at that. I mean, we're about 150 pips above that level of support that we said that we have to trade above. And I believe that is the level there. I can go ahead and pull that up. Let me see if I can get that set up right here. Let's pull this one up here. And we got, what is it, pound New Zealand dollar. And pound New Zealand dollar looks like this. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, in fact, why we could, yeah, we got it on a gear up. Look here, I've got this set up on a gear up approach right here. So if I look at the, where is the pound New Zealand dollar right here? Yeah, there it is there. I've got it here. This is the pound New Zealand dollar right here. There was a pair that were looking to scalp this on a 1 minute time frame. Which one was that? It was one of the, was it the New Zealand JPY? Oh, there it is. New Zealand JPY. Let's take a look and see what's happening on this. Oh, yeah, we were looking on this. We're looking to be bullish on this above 66.08. Oh, that's far away. 66.08 is not coming. That's not going to come into play at all. So we're looking to get bullish on pound, New Zealand JPY. And if I go to New Zealand JPY right here, oh, that's not going to happen. No. Yep, this is New Zealand JPY right here. And we said that if we trade above this resistance right here, we're going to go ahead and trade long. And we were chasing after this monthly pivot here at about 66.52. 66.52. Price is not going to get there, not at least in this move. And so we'll have to wait and see what happens. So let's go ahead. All right, so the news is out. We're getting some weak New Zealand move. Let's go take a look quickly and see what is going on with the technical. So I'm going to jump into each of the New Zealand crosses right now, and let's just take a quick squiz as to what's going on. All right, let's start off with the New Zealand JPY right here, all right, because we've got that open at the moment right now. And you can see that we're still range bound. We're not breaking out the top or bottom. So what does that mean for us? Stand aside, okay? Stand aside. We're not going to do anything right now in the New Zealand JPY until we break out of this range. We are expecting a breakout to the upside. Price came inside this range from the bottom. We're expecting an upside or a top side breakout of this. So I'm not going to do anything until I see the market break out of the top side. That's why I said 66.08 is a level I want to see price break out of. Now, by the way, this could also be just a market reaction due to what's being released. But it may not be where the overall direction of the market is going to continue in the European session. All right, so that is something to consider too. I'm not seeing any sort of divergence here on the chart. So I'm not too particularly excited about jumping in on a trade right here. Now, I've got some good news. For those that are not in my trading room, all right, in the description, I have a link in the description where you can go ahead and get access to my trading room. All right, so check out the description below and you should be able to get access to the trading room. If you haven't already seen that, check it out right now. Okay, it's in the description of the video. All right. Okay, another thing right here. Let me just go ahead and make sure my camera's still on. All right. We are going to cover. All right, we're going to cover the New Zealand crosses still tomorrow. And also remember, we have the Aussie news coming out tomorrow evening as well. So we'll talk about the Aussie crosses. We'll look at all the Aussie crosses and go in and evaluate it based on level of support resistance, where it's at within the trend as well, to determine what the Aussie cross is going to do and how we can trade it. All right, so let's get back to the New Zealand cross right now. But just a reminder, in the description is a link to my trading room. Completely free link. You can go ahead and click on it. Join me tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll go ahead and check out how the New Zealand crosses have played out. So I want to give you guys an opportunity to be able to join me there as well. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and jump back into the data. Now, let's see here. Repo Man says perhaps it's building liquidity before the moving in the other direction in the European session. And that is possible. Repo Man, I think you're onto something. All right, I think you're onto something, pal. All right, so on the New Zealand JPY, I want to see breakout. All I want to see, or if I don't see breakout, I want to see some sort of divergence. All right, I have to see some sort of divergence in order to react in the market right now. If I don't see divergence, if I don't see reaction, then I'm simply going to stand aside. Let's go ahead and jump into the next pair. Swiss, New Zealand Swiss. New Zealand Swiss is doing the same thing. We're range bound right here. We're moving to the bottom of the range. And just listen here, man, I get it. You're probably saying, well, Big Dog, why aren't you selling this bearish candle that appeared here at the top of the range? And you're right. Why am I not selling it? Well, you know what? I like to look at a different level of resistance support being confirmed. That's not confirming enough for me. I'd like to have seen divergence. I didn't get it. And so that's why I'm on the sideline. But listen here, there's nothing wrong with you going ahead and looking to sell the New Zealand short in the short term. If you take a look over here, this is a 15-minute time frame. There is certainly a lot of opportunity for traders to go ahead and jump in on a 15-minute time frame. Let's see here on a 1 minute. There's huge opportunity on the 1 minute, but it's just horrible right now. Look at that sideways reaction before the market spiked up. So probably not the way to go ahead and trade just before a news report. All right, let's go take a look and see what's happening on the daily right here. Sorry, I meant the 4 hour. 4 hour has gone ahead and as I see right here, I love this part. This is the part that I get excited about. Now, on Repo's point, all right, on Repo's point, if you take a look at the New Zealand Swiss franc right here, and look at the 4 hour time frame, we have price moving down lower. You can see that we have the oscillator also waving down. It's going to get into an extreme oversold condition. Then it's going to start rallying up. Price is going to continue to move down. We're going to see a little rally and then another dip. But you see a little dip right here as the oscillator confirms that we now have momentum moving up, price moving down. That's going to be my buy. And I'm hoping that that's going to happen once we get back down to support. Support on the daily right here. Okay? If I look at the daily and I do come back down to this level of support right here, maybe even just a trend line support coming off of this right here. All right? If it holds up at that level and we have divergence on the 4 hour time frame, I'm in. All right? Because it's on like Donkey Kong right there. All right? We're going to be buying. Right now, I'm going to wait and see what happens. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at the New Zealand US. Let's go to JPY right here. I think we covered JPY, right? Let's go to New Zealand US dollar. And look at this, man. Despite of the fact that we've just had a weak New Zealand dollar, it's not moving that far back down, right? We do have about 180 pips to go, or maybe 190 pips to go before we hit support down here. But it's not doing much. And in fact, if you look at the long-term trend on this, We're at support. We're expecting a breakout to the upside, but we have to break above this 0.6220 level. If we can break above 0.6220, we're up, and we're definitely going to see some upside reaction to the market all the way up here to the backside of this downward trend line, which, by the way, it took me about 4 years of art class just to get this trend line straight. All right, I'm telling you right now, it takes a lot of effort. Now, if you go ahead and take the look here, we've got about 430 pips to the upside, but that's not where the big opportunity is. The big opportunity is if price holds up at this level and we start seeing a dip to the downside, man, this is where the money's at. All right, this is where the smart money is going to be trading, selling off here, heading south. Now, I don't care if the market does this, right, and just hovers here, and gets to the trend line right here, then see some sort of divergence there for price to dip back down south. I'm going to be in on that move all day long. All right, let's take a look and see what else we've got going here. That's the New Zealand US dollar. Let's take a look at, you know what I want to do is I want to take a look at the, let's take a look at pound New Zealand dollar as well. We had that reaction. Let's see if it's maintained itself. We did say that we're looking for price to move up to this point. And let's see, I'm excited about the pound New Zealand dollar. And I'll tell you why. All right? Pound New Zealand dollar is currently right now in what we call a fourth wave consolidation. That's the reason why in my trading room today, I said to traders, hey, there's a possibility that pound New Zealand dollar is going to rally up. All right? And when it rallies up, it's going to go up to these levels. And if we see some sort of divergence at that level, that's where the money's at, because we're going to be able to trade that move going back down south. All right? So don't beat yourself up. If you look at the market right here and go, big dog, this pair had traded now 200 pips and I never got in on this trade. Let me tell you something. If you try to get in on that, you would have been slipped. In hindsight, we can look at it and say, oh, it moved 200 pips, it's been slipped 20 or 30 pips. It's not a bad deal. But what if the market slipped you and moved the opposite direction? Did you notice that the pound New Zealand dollar moved in the opposite direction? In fact, all the currency pairs moved in the opposite direction to where it's currently right now. That's called a wash and rinse. Do you know what a wash and rinse is? That's where brokers like to go ahead and clean out those entry points of traders trying to straddle the market to buy and sell the market above and below. And what happens is you have a wash and rinse, cleaning up those orders before price actually takes off in the direction that it should be taking. Lovely, right? Nice wash and rinse right there. Okay. All right, so we were at a very key level over here at resistance. If we break through that, which I think we should, we're going to get up to this point right here. All right, and then at that point, look for price then to move down. We are going to chase after that 2.0 mark. Remember that. So the higher the market moves and then gives us confirmation of sell-off, it's given us a bigger opportunity to the downside. So if we can get to 2.0400, that gives us about a 400 pip opportunity to the downside on a currency pair that moves pretty wild. And if we take a look at the daily trading range on this, we're looking at, let's see here. Let's go to the daily. Daily trading range on this is 209 pips. Sweet. Just what the doctor ordered. All right. The weekly trading range is 392 pips. And we've already moved, let's take a look right here. We've already moved 232 pips for the week. All right. That's it. 230 pips, 232 pips for the week so far, or at least close to that. So yes, the move on this has been from the bottom to the top right here, 213 pips. It's been a huge move right here. All right, let's get to, and by the way, let me take a look at some of my trades that I have on one of the other accounts right here. This one right here. Do I have any pound New Zealand? Nothing on the pound New Zealand. Let's see here. Any other New Zealand cross? Didn't pick up anything there. Euro New Zealand. Didn't pick anything up there. Did it pay out anything this? Nope. No payouts so far. Let's see here. Euro. Pound New Zealand, I've covered that. Aussie New Zealand, wow, I'm in on that right there. Not too happy with that trade. Alright, so it looks like just the Aussie New Zealand dollar is the only one that's been affected right now in the position we're in. Let's go ahead and take a look at Aussie New Zealand dollar. Remember we said it was a 69 pip daily trading range? See how that's playing out right now. Alright, so there's that big rally that we've seen right here. Let's take a look to see what's happening. Alright, so price is moving up. Alright, it's taking out the previous, or at least testing. Let's go ahead and take a look right here. This is the weekly. Let me pull this down to the daily. So here's the daily right here. We're testing once again resistance. Traders, very important. This may not set us an opportunity right now. Alright, but over the next day or so, I believe we may see a great opportunity. Look at the daily time frame. The one thing that you have to pay attention to this right here is take a look at price. Although price may be taking out the previous high, take a look at the oscillator. The oscillator continues to show that it's heading south. So Aussie New Zealand dollar, don't be fooled. I don't know if it's the data coming out tomorrow that's going to drive and change the direction of the Aussie. But this right here is just creating an opportunity for us later in this week. Maybe it's going to be tomorrow. Maybe it's going to be Thursday. We know that the markets moved really great on Thursday, so we may have a better opportunity on Thursday. All right, Craig. Hey, Craig's in the house. Everyone say hi to Craig. Craig came in late. Craig, shame on you, my friend, coming in late in these sessions. All right, so this is the deal right here. Aussie New Zealand dollar looks pretty healthy for a sell-off if it holds and maintains at that resistance. Let's take a look right here. Woo! Alright, check this out. Alright, we've got a 4-hour setup right here. What do we have? Alright, let's clear up the charts. We have a nice little pattern. So far it looks like a Max Gartley. If it holds up, we could see a sell-off. I'd like to get a divergence level confirmed for the pattern. That'll help us to go ahead and get short on the Aussie New Zealand dollar. And again, I may go ahead and wait this out. Let me take a look at the 1 minute time frame on this. I'm going to move it to 1 minute. Woo! Alright. You know what? We may have to wait until Aussie data is out tomorrow. Let the Aussie data come out. Let's see what happens with the Aussie data. Maybe that's going to neutralize and balance the market. And then we'll be able to see what else we can do. Right now, we're getting a lot of reaction in the news based on the New Zealand data. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I'm still not a believer on a weaker New Zealand dollar. Can I call it fake news without being weird? All right, could it be fake news? I mean, we've seen this rally, we've seen the opportunity right here. But is it going to sustain that rally? Is it going to hold that rally? Or at least are we going to see a strong continuation of a strong, weak New Zealand? I don't know. You know, we'll have to wait for the confirmation. I'm going to be interested to see if it holds up at this level. Now, if we do break above this downward channel line right here, then maybe we're going to go back up to this level right here. And that's another level we could go ahead and test, which is also a downward trend line too. Now, I'm not surprised that we've seen a rally. I'm surprised that we're not seeing a dip first before the rally takes place. All right? That's what I'm really interested in. But I'm going to wait and see. Because it's very clear that price wants to go back up to the top of the range on the Aussie New Zealand dollar. But it's also clear to us that we want to see a dip before the rally takes place. All right? So this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that maybe this is just a little fake news at the moment right now, and that price is going to come back down again. All right? I'm not going to do anything right now until I get proper confirmation. The one thing I am going to do, though, if I see any of these New Zealand crosses shown any sort of indecision by the end of this trading day, which means by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, if I see indecision, I will go ahead and start looking to take action. All right? I'm not going to force anything on. But if I see the news, or at least the technicals, confirm that, I'm going to be very excited about that. All right, let's go ahead and look at the last final thing right here. Pound New Zealand dollar. We'll just take another squiz at that. If you look at the daily time frame, it's not a big move, but it is. It's quite a big move right here. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's probably this. Look at this is a 4-hour time frame. All right. So with this being a 4-hour time frame, what we have to do is we have to allow the markets to go ahead and play out. So we're going to go ahead and still continue to look for opportunities by tomorrow, and maybe the opportunities comes in the next European session. Maybe this European session is just not built for these pairs. All right, and we'll go ahead and take a look and see how that plays out. All right. So if the New Zealand crosses aren't setting up for us this evening, then what is? What could we look at this evening that could give us an opportunity? So I want to do this. I want to go to I'm just going to go through different pairs right now, and I want to see if I'm getting a good divergence setting up. Check out the AUDNZD right here. Look at the Aussie CAD. How the Aussie CAD is holding up at resistance right here, and look at the oscillator. Oscillator continues to work its way back down south right here. All right, from the tops right here, we're looking bearish. Look at that. All right, so we got what we call a Class B setup right here. All right, let's get to and by the way, we will check out the New Zealand CAD as well. But let's go to Swiss right here. Let's take a look. I'm going to go to all of these pairs. That's there is a little bit of divergence on the Aussie Swiss, but this is catching us a little bit too late. Let's go to Aussie JPY. Aussie JPY, nope. I like to go ahead and move on. Aussie US dollar. Let's go to Aussie US dollar. Aussie US dollar price and momentum moving in the same direction. Let's move on. This is Swiss CAD Swiss. Let's move on. This is too late on CAD JPY. Let's move on. And I just need one opportunity right here. Resistance at this pivot point. Let's see what's going on here. Nope. Let's move on. That is Swiss JPY. Let's go to Euro CAD. Sorry, this is Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie, we picked up divergence right here. We're already in the move. Let's go to the next pair. CAD. This is Euro CAD. Euro CAD also created a very slight bit of divergence right here. Your entry price, or at least your opportunity, was right here for that strategy. If you didn't get in there, then it's gone. Let's look at another one. Euro Swiss. Wait a minute. What about this one right here? Look, check out Euro Swiss right here. Euro Swiss is showing lower lows. All right, you're getting lower lows, and we did see that momentum is pushing up right here. It's at the early stages. Let's take a look at the daily trading range on this. Oh, snap. Who wants to trade 28 pips on a daily trading range? All right. That is for the week. All right. We're not going to trade that. Let's move on. Always check out the daily trading range. Although something looks really attractive, check out the daily trading range. If the range is tight, walk away. I'm not interested in a 28 daily trading range. Let's go take a look at Euro Pound. Nope. Let's take a look at Euro JPY. No. All right, not interested. Euro JPY. Let's take a look at Euro New Zealand dollar. All right, we got this nice little rally. We get it. Price is moving up. We're definitely going to look for a nice turnaround to the downside, that's for sure. Because if we look at Euro New Zealand dollar right here, we're also inside this trend right here. If we hold up at this downward trend line right here, we may look for opportunity to go ahead and look to sell short. All right? Let's go ahead and move on to Euro New Zealand dollar. And not one of my favorite pairs. Nope, no divergence. Let's go to pound. Look at this. This is horrible. Stuck inside this consolidation right here. Absolutely move on. Remember, this is a 4-hour time frame. And by the way, this is a perfect example of expansion. We got consolidation, expansion. Now we're looking for a trend move. All right. Let's move away from this. Oh, let me take a look at the daily. What does it look like on the daily on this? Yeah, we're looking for price to move back up. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. What is this? Are we not getting price trading lower right here? Do we not see the momentum moving up right here? Let's take a look right here. There's the low. There's the next peak. Or at least the next valley right here. So we've got two valleys right there. One valley is higher than the other one. We definitely see on the daily convergence right here. Look for price to move back up. Now, could this be another 24 hours before we get price moving up because of the Aussie data? It could be. All right, we could see Aussie data moving this market tomorrow. Now, what does that mean? Weak Aussie dollar based on the jobs. The jobs are coming out. They're expecting weak numbers out on the jobs. Unemployment is going to shoot up to 8% for the Aussies. But then you always have this thing in the background saying, hey, listen here. Well, these rumors, right? Rumors saying that could the Aussie be the next safe haven? Could it be a safe haven currency pair that there's money's going to flow into the Aussie just because even though the data is weak that's coming out tomorrow based on the jobs, has that already been priced in? All right. Has it been priced in? Because if that bad data has been priced in already, then we're not going to see a reaction in weak Aussie tomorrow, but yet Aussie's going to go ahead and strengthen. Could we see the opposite reaction, what we think it should happen? Because think about it. Previously, anytime we have a rate decision that stays unchanged, we normally have a strong move on that. What's happened today? We've seen a bearish move on the New Zealand dollar. Now, that is normally not what happens. Now, if we take a look at the Aussie data, if you look at bad data coming out in the Aussie, bad jobs, bad report, everything's going to be horrible. Unemployment is going to be horrible. But yet, are we going to see a different directional move tomorrow? All right. Well, if it does move according to the technical tomorrow, which is going to be exciting to see, then we should be bullish on this, right? Check out the 1 minute time frame. And I'm just wondering right now, if we had got our EA ready to rock and roll before the news came out, would we have been put in on that trade? I'm going to check that out and see where that plays out. So right now, pound New Zealand dollar is heading south on the 1 minute time frame. That's good. All right. That gives us opportunity when price moves back up to get into this trade with tight stops. I like this pound Aussie. I do. I just don't know if we're going to get the move over the next 12 hours or 8 hours in the European session. Because take a look right here. We've had a lot of indecision on the 4 hour. Check this out. It's horrible. All right. I mean, this is like watching your son that's been training for years and years to run the 100 meters sprint, and he comes stone last. All right. I'm just kidding. All right. My son was actually a junior Olympics, and he did pretty good. He did come last in the junior Olympics, but he was in the top 50 in the country for the 100 meter sprints. Not a bad achievement. All right, not a bad achievement. I always rag him about that. All right. So if we look at this right here, yeah, we got a lot of indecision coming out on the 4 hour time frame. And listen here, check this out. Look at the 4 hour divergence here. We have price moving lower and the oscillator moving higher. Whew. Trader, I think we found a trade. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw something at this pair right now. All right, let's do this. All right, this is what I'm going to look at. All right. Now, someone did say to me, go ahead and take a look at the New Zealand CAD, and I haven't forgotten about you, so I will go ahead and take a look. But let's take a look and see what's going on right here. I'm going to go to the 1 minute time frame. Price is trading below the oscillators. Fantastic. This is what I want. I want to just take a look and see how wide this is. All right, 16. All right. I know that we've been a little choppy, right? But the fact that the price is traded to the upside, downside, I'm expecting the market to go ahead and break out to the upside right here. And with this divergence that we have right here, I'm expecting maybe in the European session to see a further break to the upside. I'm going to go ahead and deploy on this buy only on the pound US dollar. So let's go ahead and, so pound Aussie dollar. So let's go to the pound Aussie dollar right here. I'm going to pull this one up. Pound, Aussie dollar. Do I have it right here? I should. Come on, where's it? Alright, I might have to go ahead and put it up here. Pound AUD. Alright, pound AUD. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and open up a new chart. I'm going to flip over to the different time frames, making sure that my data is updated. Anytime you're running an EA, you want to go ahead and do that. You want to go ahead and just make sure that your data is loaded onto your chart, because that can manipulate the EA itself. All right, and I want to go ahead and let's see here. All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and add on the EA here. I'm going to do it on a 1 minute time frame. So I'm going to go ahead and trade the divergence setup. I'm going to go ahead and buy only on this. Buy only. I'm going to go with late confirmation. I'm not really worried about price at the moment right now, what level the price is at. But I'm going to go ahead and trade this. But I want to go ahead and trade this at, let's take a look at the time. I want to trade this. Tomorrow's going to be Wednesday. For the broker time. Broker time is going to be Wednesday. So I want to trade this from, let's trade this from 1 a.m. in the morning. And I'm going to trade this to around about, let's say, 1500 hours broker time, which is around about 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I'm only going to trade through this window. All right, so through the European, so a little bit post-European session. I'm going to go ahead and trade that. Oh, sorry, pre-European session, and then stop trading around about 8 o'clock. So that'll be just before the US trading session. I'm going to go ahead and my risk is going to be very low. I'm going to risk a total risk of 0.5%, but I'm going to enter it 5 times with 0.1% as a risk. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and deploy that buy only, and yep, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm looking for price to go back up north, which means that they'll have to go ahead and trade back above this level right here. So this is the level that I need price to trade back above, and that level is, let's put a line on that, around about 89.47. So if we trade back above 89.47, I'm going to start thinking about buying, and it's going to be around about 1 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow morning, which is Eastern Standard Time. All right, I see the divergence. I'm good with that, so I'm going to go ahead and trade. Now, what I could do is I could say that I want to be above 89.43 before I go ahead and put any buys in. If the market drops below here and gives me any buy signal on the 1 minute time frame, I probably don't want to go ahead and trade that. All right, so let me go ahead and include inside my EA. I'm going to go ahead and include that rule. And I'm going to go ahead and say here that, and I don't mind this being a 15-minute close above that, as long as I'm above that. And that price is, let's get that price again, 89.47. All right, so it's got to be 89.47, above 89.47. So let's put that in here, 89.47. All right, there it is. So I want to be above that level on a 50-minute close. So if the 50-minute time frame closes above that level, and we do have a bullish signal on the 1-minute time frame, I'm in on that trade. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right, cool. We're good. All right, so I'm good, and I'm locked and loaded in on the Aussie, pound Aussie. All right, locked and loaded on the pound Aussie. Let's take a look and see if there's anything else out there that I'm interested in. Now, listen here. I want to just be clear on this, all right, because this is important. I want to be clear on this. I'm anticipating that the majority of the move that I'm going to see on the pound Aussie dollar may only take place in tomorrow's trading after the data is reported out in Australia. All right, jobs report coming out in Australia. So maybe I'm just anticipating a possible early rally, a pre-rally before. Now, pre-rally just means a pound rallying against the Aussie. Aussie obviously weakening before the news coming tomorrow. If I do see a pre-rally, which means a pre-rally on the pound Aussie take place in the European session, then maybe tomorrow, maybe the opposite move. Maybe you are going to see some stronger move in the Aussie that's going to cause the pound Aussie to go ahead and drop south. But then I have to go back to the larger time frame. And if I go back to the larger time frame, and I look at the larger time frame right here, we're looking for a rally to the upside. All right, we are anticipating a rally to the upside. I know that price is just about, and let me show you the chart. I'm looking over here, and I know that price is just about shy of getting to this 188.50 pivot point right here. So so there is definitely room for the market to dip right here. All right, around about 70 pips or so. But if it does continue to rally, then what we're going to do is we're probably going to come back to retest this level right here at 95. What's that? 14. Okay. And that is how much to the upside? Let's take a look here. We're looking at 500 pips to the upside. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go take a look at a couple of more pairs. All right. That was on pound Aussie. Let's take a look right here. Pound Canadian. A lot of indecision here on pound Canadian right here. And I'm not seeing anything that I can use that's worth trading. I'm expecting the long-term dip to be down, bearish down here. So I'm not going to go focus on that. Let's take a look at something else. Pound JPY. And just by the way, traders, if you were wondering, how I trade, this is pretty much how I trade. I go ahead and just check out the market like I'm doing right now. Just casually go ahead and take a look and see what setups we have right here, and if anything's worth taking a look at in trading. Let me go to the 4 hour and get some better opportunity on the 4 hour. 4 hour, nope, not showing me anything on the pound JPY. Let me jump back to the pound CAD right here. I just want to see the 4 hour. Ooh, interesting. The pound CAD right here. We take a look at the momentum that we're seeing right here. Momentum's going up. We've got a flat bottom right here. It's a Class B divergence. What do we have? Do we have anything to the upside that could be worth trading? All right. So now that I've got this, flat bottom right here, with momentum pushing up right here, do I have anything that I want to go ahead and look at on? You see, that's the problem. Do we have consolidation here on the daily? It's possible. We actually do. That's interesting. We do actually have consolidation here on the daily. Now, I'm talking about the larger bit of consolidation. I'm talking about this right here, where we got support down here, we got resistance up here. So what are we expecting? We're expecting price to go ahead and rally. Now, I don't think I've got any pound data coming out this evening, right? No. Let's take a look at early morning. Oh, snap! We got the GDP quarterly data coming out, expecting to see the numbers at minus 2.6%. That was the forecast number coming out. Anything else in the early morning? Nope, nothing out in the early morning. So only at 2 a.m. in the morning, we do have the GDP coming out, quarterly data coming out at 2 a.m. That's interesting. All right, that is interesting. Okay. All right, let's take a look and see what else we got. So this could be either a break below here or a rally to the upside. Let me take a look at the 1 minute. It's also trading well below. You know what, traders? I'm going to pull up the pound Canadian. All right, pound Canadian right here. Open up a chart. I think I'm going to run the same thing, but I'm going to let me see here. I could look for price to trade above this level right here, which is at about 73.25. 73.25. Now that's about almost 70 pips away. Let me go back to the 1 hour, the 1 minute. This one hasn't been. I mean, if you look at the weekly on this, it's got a weekly chart on this. You can see it's not a lot of movement out of this right here. Let's look at the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, you expect price to move back down here unless we're going to get a little pop out of the range. We have this big bearish downward move, but nothing stopping price from moving back up to the top of the range right here. That's if it's going to stay range bound and go up about 500 pips. It's interesting. You know what? I'm gonna do. I may go ahead and let's take a look here. Look at the weekly target. It's just sideways right here. We haven't had any action on this. And there it is there. We are range bound. We're at the bottom of support there. We are expecting price to go back up again. I think I'm gonna take on some risk on this one right here. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna do the same thing right here. I'm going to run I'm going to run this buy only option right here. Alright, I'm going to do the buy option. I'm not throwing anything else on this. And I'm looking for price to come back up to the top here. We're at support right here. Let's see if we can get a breakout. Maybe the data that comes out at 2 o'clock is going to drive the market back up. If we look at the 1 minute time frame, we are trading slightly below. We may get picked up before that, but again, I may need to change the timing of when we're going to go ahead and pick up a trade. So let's do this as well. Let's make sure that we're trading only at, and I'm going to trade just before 2 o'clock. So I'm going to allow the news to affect the trading opportunity right here. So I'm going to go to say, where's the time? Sorry, my bad. Here is the time right here. Let's set it up to true. And I'm going to go Wednesday. And I'm going to do 1500 hours. Oops, my bad. This looks horrible. So 1500 hours right here. And I'm going to trade from around 1 o'clock in the morning, just before the news comes out. Alright. So that's set to true. I'm going to go ahead and OK that. Now, let me just double check and see if I did set time to true as well on this system. And no, it did not. I should change that. All right, there we go. All right, cool. All right, we said it looks like pound Aussie right now and pound Canadian. I'm invested in both those pairs. I'm going to go ahead and take a look if I'm not in on pound CAD. Now I've got a trade on pound CAD there, and what about pound Aussie right here? I'm not in on pound Aussie right here, so I could probably invest in on pound Aussie. This is not the one I want to go ahead and invest in. It's this one right here. Nope, I'm not in on pound. Oh, I am in on pound Aussie. I'm actually, I'm short on this one right here. This, by the way, if anyone's asking, this is another trading account of mine. Pound Aussie is another trading account. So pound Aussie, 50 minutes. Pound Canadian. I'm not in on pound Canadian. Let me do this. Let me open up pound Canadian. I want to invest in pound Canadian on this account as well. And I'm going to flip it over to the 1 minute. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to load up my scalping. Buy only. And then I want to change the time frames. Time is going to be, oh, there we go. I got it set ready. I actually got this defaulted. I should do it in the other one as well. Alright, perfect. I'm good. So Wednesday 8/8, I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and take on some risk on this one. Oh, by the way, what was my risk on this? 0.1%, maximum risk of 0.5%, perfect. Love it. Alright, cool. And that's only going to take place from about 1 o'clock. Alright, so looks like I'm investing on 2 of those things. And you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it at just at that. That's about the 2 currency pairs I'm going to focus in on right now. We've got the data coming out at 2 a.m. in the morning. GDP quarterly data right here. If the market moves south, I won't be picked up. If it moves north, I will be picked up. We'll see what happens on pound cross, on pound Aussie, pound Canadian. Let's see if I get a rally out of those 2 over the European session. And then just before we go ahead and close off the session, and I appreciate everyone's, man, we got a full house right here. We certainly got a full house right here. Fantastic. But I want to go ahead and take a look at and see, based off the last one right here, New Zealand CAD. Someone asked about New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD. We haven't broken out of that wedge yet, or at least this triangle, ascending triangle. So we haven't broken out of that yet. So no game plan on this to go ahead and jump in on this trade. But hey, who knows what happens over the next 48 hours? Maybe things will change. Right now, nothing. What I'm going to go ahead and do on this as well is, let's see here. This is the weekly. Let's pull up the daily on this. And squeeze it up a little bit. Right, so what I'm going to do on this is wait for a better confirmation. I want to buy New Zealand Canadian, but I'm only going to buy it with proper confirmation. Maybe we're going to go ahead and dip below, give a false, and it happens, right? We have a little dip right here, and then the rally takes place. This is the level I want to buy above, right? If I don't get above that, I'm not going to go ahead and buy, because once we break above that, I at least know that price is going to move higher. And if price moves higher, I want to be a buyer in this, and I want to trade it all the way long. I want to be long all the way up until this level right here. Like I said, this is about 1,000 pip trading opportunity. So the lower it gets down here, if we get back to retest this right here, I'll trade that bit higher, and we got a 1,400 pip opportunity. But I definitely want to wait and see what happens at this level. Now, if I do get price moving down lower right here, we get back to support here, and I get a nice divergence setup, in this case convergent, confirming that price is going to be back up. I will buy back up right on that signal. So if it comes to this level or breaks above this level early, those are both going to be opportunities for me to go ahead and look to buy. right? And that is on those. Hey, listen here, guys. Want to thank everyone for coming in this evening. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Great chatting going on in the chat box right here. Hopefully you guys had a good time. Go ahead and smash the like button if you enjoyed the session. If you learned something, go ahead and comment and tell me exactly what did you learn and what would you like to still learn. And then also go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber of the channel yet. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I always do these freak shows that we pop open the session for just a casual trading session to talk about the market, see how the market reacted, and then if there's trading opportunities, great, we'll take it. If there's no trading opportunities, we'll simply go ahead and walk away. But with that being said, hopefully everyone had a good time. I certainly did, and I'll see everyone back in the next live session that we do. This is FX Big Dog wishing you guys a fantastic evening. See everyone in the trading room. By the way, for those that came in late, check out the description. In the description is a link to my trading room. You can join me tomorrow and on Thursday. That same link will be active for Wednesday and Thursday in my trading room. We'll talk about the New Zealand crosses. We'll also talk about the Aussie crosses that's going to take place with some movement in the Aussie data tomorrow night. So with that being said, you guys have an absolute fantastic time, and I'll see you there. This is FX Big Dog signing off.